Okay, this is the Evidence of Chemical Change Lab. We're going to start with 5 milliliters of copper sulfate solutions. This is a blue solution. We had 5 mils of copper sulfate to test tube. Alright, and then for the first reaction we're going to add to the copper sulfate 7.5 milliliters of sodium hydroxide. So I'm just going to pour that in there. And we notice a change. We notice that there is a kind of gelatinous precipitate. So the whole thing turned into kind of a blue jelly apparently, but on closer inspection we find out that there's still liquid in there. There's still water present, but in the midst of the water is a kind of blue gelatinous, almost kind of a cotton candy look to it. Fortunately you can't see real clearly on this video, but that is what we call a precipitate, and it's a solid that has formed in the solution. Alright, that is the first reaction. And now we'll see what happens in the second reaction. For the second reaction we're actually just going to heat this stuff up in a hot water bath for a while. So we're going to just let this heat up, so we'll leave it for a few minutes here. Okay, we notice a change taking place here already. As this heats up, we see a color change. Some of the blue solid turning to black. Alright, we're going to let that continue to heat up in the test tube here. Okay, now we're nearing the end of the second reaction at this point. And what we've seen here is that we now have, we don't have that blue gelatinous precipitate anymore. What we have is a black precipitate that's black or dark brown. Okay, so we're going to take that out of the hot water bath now. Let it cool. Shut our burner off. Alright, and you can see the black solid, particulate solid is settling down to the bottom here. Let's see if we can get a better look at this. So there's a black solid, a dark brown solid. Okay, now for the third reaction, we're going to add 10 milliliters of diluted hydrochloric acid. This is 1.5 molar. The sodium hydroxide was also 1.5 molar, and we're going to add this hydrochloric acid solution to the test tube. Alright, now we need to mix it to get this reaction to happen completely. So I'm going to use a stopper to make it a little faster. See what's happening here. Within just a minute or so, we have once again a nice clear blue solution. Alright, so the black solid is gone after just a few minutes of reaction with the hydrochloric acid. Alright, now for the last part of this experiment, last reaction, we're going to add a piece of aluminum wire tube, the test tube. Let's see if we can see anything happening here. First thing we see are some bubbles forming on the wire. So the wire is bubbling. Now notice, we are not heating this up on a burner, and yet bubbles are forming all along the wire. And the other thing we notice is that the wire is getting kind of a dark, gunky solid forming on it. And you can see that dark kind of gunk growing out from the wire at this point. And just let that grow for a little bit longer. We've really got two products here. We have the bubbles and we have this kind of dark brown solid that's forming. Alright, we don't need to let it go too long here. We just need a little bit of that stuff. And let's see if we can get a better look at it here. There you go. You see the color there. It's kind of a reddish brown. Kind of a reddish brown solid on there. Now let's see what that stuff is. I just pulled some of that brown solid off of there, because what I want to do is shine it up. See if you can see the shine of the copper. So that brown gunky solid is apparently solid copper.